Hey everyone, I'm Ariana. Welcome back to Get My Auto TV. Today we are going to continue in our Get to Know the Team series. I just have to introduce Joe Ingram. He's a very, very dynamic and talented part of the Get My Auto team. So I'm just going to start with a pretty basic, generalized question, Joe, but I have to know, what's your story? How did you go from your average person, growing up to now a BDC genius?
I got in the car business late 2000, and what I learned was there was a whole bunch of people doing a lot of stuff that they've always done, and then nothing worked. And stuff worked, and then as customers changed, no one else did. And so I just sat back and said, I think there's a better way to do this. I started learning a lot about personality types. I started learning a lot about how people process information. And for me, that was the key that said, now I know how to trigger certain people. I know how to stop and say, this is going to engage somebody. And truly, it's all about customer engagement. And how do you get the person to the next step in the process? And so I just decided to make fun and have fun with what we do. And that's the biggest thing is, if you're not having fun, then there's no point in doing anything.
You've been doing this for almost going on 20 years now. You said you started in 2000. Do you have kind of a biggest accomplishment that you regard in your career, maybe a huge project that you accomplished or something that you think is of note that kind of represents what you've done so far?
There's been a lot of successes that came through, a lot of failures in the process, of course, on my way through. But like most recently, I went in, we replaced an entire internet department with a BDC department and took a dealership that was getting 2,000 requests a month for vehicles and their department selling at 2%, right? And then we got to cut back the leads that came in, because if you're spending $20 to $25 per lead, it's a lot of wasted money. And then within a span of 45 days, the closing percentage goes up to 10%. And so now you've changed the entire dynamic of a dealership. You've changed the entire sales department, and everybody's excited because there's more traffic, there's more people, there's more deals. I get the opportunity to talk to more people, which means I get the opportunity to sell more cars. I make more money, I have more fun. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we've seen is just changing the culture within a dealership.
You have probably worked with, I would guess, hundreds of auto dealers and managers and salespeople. What would you say is the biggest mistake made by people who are trying to sell a car?
So the biggest mistake made, what I see, is they are communicating not in their native way of communicating. And when I say that, for example, a majority of your salespeople require body language to go with the words that they use. Okay, and now they've stopped, they pick up the phone and they use the same verbiage that requires your face to explain what you really meant.
Yeah.
Okay, and so they sit back, they get on the phone, and now they offended people. Now they've confused people because they don't have the body language to explain that I was being serious or I was being funny, and so a lot of people are over the phone, or worse, nowadays we're emailing and texting. And on an email and a text, the person reading gets to assign the tone. Okay, so have a fight with your significant other before you leave the house. You get a text from them an hour later that says, have a great day. Where it could be, have a great day, but we read it as, have a great day.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, I assign the tone. So your customers get to assign the tone because they can't hear you and they can't see you. But if you choose to use body language words over the phone or through email, you're just disconnecting yourself from that customer. And that's where I see the biggest mistake, and the reason we can't get customers into our dealerships is because of the fact that I communicate my way that I do when I'm face-to-face with a customer, and that only works when I'm face-to-face. So better words, better results, things like that.
Can you give us, a little bit of background on how you discovered NLP and how you use it now in your professional life?
I was turned on to NLP years when I first started into the car business. There's another trainer out there that was using it, but using the words NLP typically turn off a lot of people because they don't know what it means, and they go, I don't know what it means, so I'll just run away from it. For me, it's controlling your mindset, controlling the words. For example, we unconsciously think in pictures, right, sounds, and feelings. So the words we use trigger a sound, a feeling, or a picture in somebody's head. My whole goal is, how do I take this really complex subject and convert it into something that we could do in the automotive industry without upsetting our customers, right? And it's about The difference between, if you're helping or hurting is your intent. So the difference between influencing someone to do something or manipulating them is your intent. So it's not about let's learn all this so I can take advantage of people.
Right.
It's about how do I facilitate the process faster, and that's what we try.
I'm so happy that we got to sit and chat with Joe Ingram today. This is part of our Get to Know the Team series. We can't wait to see you again next time on Get My Auto TV. I'm Ariana with Joe Ingram, and we'll see you guys soon.